Hi everyone, we are finally here at our final video where I will show you how to make the back view in one, well, fairly uncomplicated move, if you know what you're doing. So what I want to do is to copy and paste the entire front view folder here and move it here and flip it, because essentially if you think about it, the silhouette of a back view would be the exact same as the front view, only flipped. So if we flip this image, then we will have the same silhouette. So to do that, I'm going to click on the entire front view folder. Now your natural inclination would probably be to select the marquee tool because you've been doing this for so many other steps. So you're going to do that, Control C, Control V, but that doesn't really work. I don't know why exactly, but this process does not work when there are a lot of layers grouped together. So Control Z to undo that. So instead, what we're going to do is we're going to drag the entire front view folder all the way down to the icon where you usually make your normal layer. So just click on that, and suddenly the entire folder is copied, and it becomes a very dark figure which you can move freely. Again, use the move tool after this and drag that front view copy to the other side. Now, this is just an identical image, and like I said, we need to flip it. So if you remember how to do that, go ahead and do it. So it's Edit, Transform, and Flip Horizontal. As you can see, it looks like he's just had a very windy day and suddenly the hair is going on that side. Now, some people would say, okay, this is good. Now all I need to do is, get rid of this. We don't need that. Then we'll just work from here and work out the outline. But there is actually, I would call it a cheating method because it really is, because you don't have to do extra work. But since the color is already there and the pants is pretty much there, you can use what we call a clone tool. Okay, so for the hair, you don't need a clone tool, but you do need to just erase this whole thing and color it as a hair color. So I can simply pick this color and just simply do that to make hair. Now you can see the face is still there, so in the line work, you want to delete using your eraser. Just delete the whole face. Make sure that the opacity is turned on pretty high. There you go. And you might have to go all the way down and get rid of all of that. There you go. And go back to color. And you can add the additional line if you want. Now you might think, what on earth? This looks crazy. It does look a bit crazy, and to be honest, this technique is, I said, not that legit because it does save you a lot of time. Again, if you know what you're doing. So now he has a hairy face. That's fine. Now, if you think about it, we have to flip to the other side. The silhouette the same. It's just that the vest, alright, the vest needs to cover his whole back because the vest seen from the back would be all green. So what I'm going to use is what I call a clone tool, alright, and it's located up here. It's called the clone stamp tool. Now if you have accidentally clicked the pattern stamp tool, you don't want to do that. Press on it and slide to clone stamp. This is a very neat tool because if you press Alt and you click on this area, for example, and then you draw on the side, which is not allowing me to do. Doesn't want me to do it. It's really strange. Usually it does. Could be because I have my pressure sensitivity turned on, and that's why. basically you can click on one side and then it will copy the exact pattern or color, whatever layer you're on, onto the other side. So you press Alt to select it and then just, you know, paint that pattern. See, it's starting to come together, so make sure that you're at 100% opacity, everyone. Looks a bit strange at the moment, but for the sake of getting things done. Oop, we don't want red, we want all green because this vest would cover the whole thing. And now you probably need to get rid of that pattern because now we have that in there, so we don't want that. We're gonna erase that pattern. Go back to our color and then choose the stamp tool again, press Alt, and then just start coloring. Now this process can very quickly backfire if you overdo it and you end up with patchy things such as this. So you need to really pace yourself, and sometimes it might be easier to just, you know, maybe just color it green for now. And I had individual pattern yourself. You're gonna have to do some adjustment. You won't be able to clone to the whole thing unless your character is incredibly simple. Okay, so I can do that. And this little kerchief of his would be showing through on the neck as well, probably. So as you can see right now, he looks like a monster, but from the waist up, he looks pretty decent, doesn't he? So we just need to keep working on this, and I reckon this process will be faster than drawing from scratch. You might not agree, in which case you are most welcome to do the same steps that we've followed for the last two. Okay, you think that'll be faster. Now this, we need to individually erase some lines. For example, this belt will not have the buckle at the front, but instead it'll be all yellow like so. So again, I'm using my color picker, or you can probably use your clone tool as well. But this is how you get a fast result without having to draw everything all over again. Now guys, if you are stuck over the holidays and you just really can't work it out, I'm happy to run a team viewer session with you during the holidays if you just need me to show something again. Alright, so don't hesitate to let me know, just let me know ahead of time. So the hands is gonna be the hardest part, simply because it's hard to flip this hand if you're not quite sure what you're doing. But trust me, it really isn't. It's not that difficult because basically you're just adding a shadow to it. Everything is already okay. So by darkening this line just like that, usually you can get away with making it look like the hand is actually facing the other way because you're looking at the hollow. Okay, same like this. There you go. See how fast I'm able to just pull the eye a bit by doing that. It's not gonna be perfect, and it's not gonna be, you know, exactly looking like a masterpiece. But I'm not looking for a masterpiece. I'm looking for evidence of your understanding of how what a character looks like from behind. That pattern, like so. Okay, now the shoes is gonna be interesting. The shoes you will have to. There's no cloning that you can do because the shoes can look completely different from this side. Oh, don't forget to get rid of the pockets because you are going to not want that there. The little patch there would still be there, I'm just gonna clone it, so get my clone tool from here, go, so you can still get that nice textures going. But instead I'm gonna use my brush tool and choose a darker color to make pockets, like cause he's got a back pocket as suggested there. It's gonna be his bum area. I'm just gonna do that. And this way it ensures that your colors and everything is completely correct. Anyway, shoes. Alright, so I'm gonna get rid of all the colors that we have because the ties wouldn't be there. It's a bit trippy. And yeah, the shoes from the back, it's almost like you have to get rid of it. It's probably faster. Rather than trying to work out how it's gonna look from here, it's probably better to just erase it. A very small process compared to what you would have to do otherwise, which is to draw the whole thing all over again. So instead I'm gonna start drawing, and you can do this all in one layer. You don't have to go back to each again. So just estimate where the shoe will be. So from the back it won't look like much. It'll just look like this, a basic Converse. And again, you can color pick all of this. Choose the black layer down, and just start building a nice base like that. The back, remember this is the back of the shoe, so the heel part, and most of it is covered anyway by that. And there you have it. This is a back view. Oh, I am forgetting something. The pocket would be around the front, so it shouldn't really be behind him. So if anything, you will need to clone the pants part onto there. And maybe that bit can show through just a little bit on the side. Could clone this bit to the side so that the belt continues to the other side, like so. And I'm gonna get rid of the line work, because surely we won't need that. Okay. Just gonna patch this up. So again, if this is confusing for you, just follow the same step that we had before and do it from scratch. It means that you're not gonna get confused. This video is here not to confuse you. Quite the opposite. Alright, so I think you get the idea now, and I hope that's helpful. So this is the very last of our video, and good luck, and I hope this has been a good experience for you. Oh, and also one last thing. You can change the background color if you think the white is too harsh. Just double click on this, click OK, and then choose the paint bucket, which is here. Change the color to gray, maybe, you know, if you want, or you can even make it a gradient. Call this, and then do that. So that's the gradient between these two colors, if you choose it to brown, then it'll adjust between those two. Alright, so you get the idea, and good luck.